You're equating the two. Those people are far lower than retards.
Retardation is somebody who's not quite.
Yes.
It's a musical term. Right? I'm playing slower on the guitar.
There you go.
Retardo. Yes.
Yeah,
my dad, my nickname when I was a kid, my dad, anytime I did something stupid, my dad said, okay, Retardo Montalban, knock it off.
I'm going to use that one. That's a good one. All right, November 7th, voters in Washington County will be asked to approve a poorly designed and illegal millage proposal entitled Mental Health and Public Safety. This is from the GOP guys are telling us to encourage people to vote no on Proposal 1. The authors of this proposal have not bothered to state clearly the purpose of this millage. They misleadingly named it to disguise the fact that, for example, the City of Ann Arbor plans to spend a portion of the funds raised on solar arrays and climate change projects. All right, well, again, it comes down, I'm not going to spend a lot of time on this because our out-of-state listeners will be bored senseless by it. But it comes down to, once again, Washtenaw County asking for more money. How about you guys use what you got and stop taxing the bejesus out of people, because it's just crazy the way they want to always ask for more money, whether it's the schools or whether it's anything else, right? Mm-hmm. So when we come back, we're going to get into our stuff out of Washington. That's going to be super great. So we'll see you all on the other side of the break.
You're listening to The Drift on Wham Talk 1600.
It's time now for Wham Talk 1600's Community Calendar with Brandon Drake.
The Masonic Lodge Ann Arbor Fraternity number 262 is having a party-style fundraiser in support of Safe House Center. Safe House works to help provide safety, support, and hope for survivors of domestic abuse and sexual assault. There will be live music, food, cash bar, raffle, and a silent auction. Party with the brothers and donate to a good cause. This event takes place November 11th at 6:30 p.m. at the Zalgaz Grotto Club in Ann Arbor. See their website, aaf262.org, for more information. Blues at the Elks happens on the second Tuesday of the month from 7 to 10 p.m. at the Plymouth Ann Arbor Elks Lodge number 325 in partnership with the Detroit Blues Society. There's a $5 donation at the door, and bring your dancing shoes. Tuesday, November 14th, the Boa Constrictor Band returns, and Tuesday, December 12th, for their debut appearance with the Elks, will be the Sax Maniacs Band. Jazz at the Elks happens on the last Tuesday of the month from 7 to 9:30 p.m. There's a $10 donation at the door, which includes hors d'oeuvres. Enjoy jazz in a listening room setting close to the entertainers. On Tuesday, November 28th, returning will be the Terry Lowe Trio. Note that there is no jazz in December. The Plymouth Ann Arbor Elks Lodge number 325 is located at 41700 Ann Arbor Road in Plymouth. For more information, call 734-453-1780 or visit plyaa325.com. Every Tuesday at 7 p.m., there's a Naranon family group meeting at Redeemer Lutheran Church, 1360 Pauline in Ann Arbor. Naranon offers help to those impacted by someone close who struggles with or is recovering from addiction. There are no dues or fees. To learn more, visit rlca2.com.
You've been listening to the Wham Community Calendar. It's time for This American Voice with Theron, brought to you by A&H Lawn Service. Now here's Theron.
Republicans, you are weak, timid, and lack testicular fortitude, both federal and state-wise. No excuses. You own the joint. Stop reaching around across the aisle. You truly are blowing it on the one major thing it will take to get anything done, and that is getting rid of Mitch McConnell and the horrible shackles of the 60-vote rule. That ain't the way the forefathers planned it. Just ask Alexander Hamilton. See the Federalist Papers. But I doubt you'd know that, Republicans. At this point, you are shameful, close to worthless. Dispute that. I double dog dare you to. You can't. And to think, we the thinking sent Donald Trump to D.C. with our agenda intact, only to have you stand against it. Same goes for all of you in the Michigan legislature. Other than the Freedom Caucus in the House, Ted Cruz and Rand Paul in the Senate, you all need the bum's rush. And guess what? The progressive Democrats, I know that's redundant, but I have to keep it simple for the Republicans, will eat your lunch come 2018 if you don't find a set of balls to strap on. get busy.
A&H Lawn Service in Saline serves all of Southeast Michigan. They've been offering professional lawn maintenance since 1991, including landscape construction, lawn and landscape maintenance, irrigation systems, winterizing, and snow removal. Let A&H Lawn Service help your business with landscaping solutions for today and tomorrow. They have the professional experience you can count on. Call 734-429-5778 and see how their business can help your business, or visit ahlawn.care.com. Your defending fathers.
Immediately after we get off the show at noon, we go out and do our business. I look at different websites. I look at different news sources. I look at MERS News Service out of Lansing. I look at Gongware. I look at the Detroit News, the Drudge Report. I look at quite a few different sites. And, of course, I peruse my Facebook page.
Brian Summerfield and Trucker Randy are your defending fathers. They're on a mission from God. Weekdays at 11 on Wham! You're listening to The Drift on Wham! Talk 1600. Join in the conversation at 734-822-1600. Now, back to your host, Gary Wellings.
And welcome back. Thanks for tuning in to Catch the Drift. Joining me in studio, Ed Bonderenka.
Hey, welcome back.
Yeah, well, we're getting through another show. First time back for me for a couple of weeks. It was nice to have a week off. I did call in last week.
Yes, you did.
Yeah. Was working on very limited amount of sleep last week. So, okay, so let's get into, let's get this out of the way. JFK files. Anybody? Bueller? I haven't had a chance to read. I've seen a couple of tweets about this.
Now they're going to redact some after all because some people may still be alive. And
yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, and then I saw a tweet saying that they were going to release the rest of it except for those people that are still.
I've learned more in the last few days about the JFK investigation than I had previous to this. I didn't know that somebody had called into the BBC 24 minutes before the assassination to warn that some big news event was about to happen in America. I never heard that before, but it's totally vouched for.
Yeah. Well, anyways, let's. If you want to call in and talk about JFK, please feel free. I'm
Be knowledgeable.
I'm certainly not knowledgeable nor super excited that the additional information is coming out.
So you can fool us. You can say anything and we'll buy it.
734-822-1600. Love to have your calls on that. But what I really wanted to get to was the Clintons, the Robert Mueller investigation, and how everything seems to be turning. And then last night, breaking news. Here they're throwing out. And I firmly believe that CNN is putting this out there about somebody being charged in the Russian collusion on Monday,
yeah,
right?
I
so that's
heard
what
about
they're
that this
saying. Who's
morning.
it going to be? Are they going to come up with some, pardon the pun, trumped-up charge against Paul Manafort, or is it going to be somebody else? And what is it? And if it's not specifically related to politics, and this goes back to some money deal or something farther back, shame on Robert Mueller and the rest of these guys, because this is sheer and utter nonsense. There's tons and tons of proof that the Clintons were colluding with Russia. Mm-hmm. They haven't found anything so far that shows anybody in the Trump campaign or the Trump administration is colluding with Russia.
It's a distraction.
It is a distraction.
This is this whole thing about what's coming up Monday. I mean, I thought you were going to say the big news that came out was that Crystal had actually funded the original Fusion GPS investigation into Trump.
Who was it?
Bill Crystal.
Oh, was it?
He was an anti-Trumper, and the question was, for a long time, what Republican operative that was proposed to Trump had funded Fusion GPS.
Yeah.
And actually the timeline seems to go, and I've just kind of figured this out, if this is the way it is anyhow, is that Crystal and some others, including Washington Free Beacon, were trying to get dirt on various candidates, including Trump.
Right.
But Crystal, being as vehemently anti-Trump as he was pushing this Fusion GPS.
Yeah.
So then they dropped that after he got the nomination, okay? But then the Clintons got wind of it, and then they picked up Fusion GPS, and then that's when the Steele memo came out after that, the Steele dossier, which was, just nobody's buying that. And that's what actually triggered the Mueller investigation. Yeah, and it's just... So Mueller's so far afield right now, it's ridiculous.
Yeah. So this whole long, drawn-out, convoluted investigation of Robert Mueller is all based essentially on a phonied-up dossier that the Clintons bought into, that Bill Crystal, the never Trump. I thought I saw a tweet that Free Beacon, Washington Free, which surprised me, was involved in that.
Exactly.
As well.
Free Beacon and Crystal were funding the original Fusion GPS investigation
Right.
into Trump. Then they dropped it. Then the Clintons picked it up, and the Clintons and the DNC.
So
I
who
should
gave
say.
it to the Clintons?
That's a good question.
I mean, somebody must have told them.
I'm thinking
Hey.
somebody like John McCain, frankly, because John McCain was in January. He was flashing that Steele report around, like trying to bring it to everybody's attention.
Benedict McCain.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So I can't tell you. I don't know.
Yeah. Well, it's interesting because, you know, if and then you see some of these tweets. Well, aren't you glad Mueller didn't stop? Because now we're starting to see Uranium One stop. Don't try and protect Mueller for me or Rod Rosenstein or any of these other guys, because you know what? I firmly believe that if the FBI was willing to pay this guy to continue to do what he was doing after the election, the FBI is just as culpable, and they have literally defamed themselves to the point where they're a joke. The FBI is not the preeminent law enforcement organization in this country anymore. Not by my book.
Not the administration of the FBI. I wouldn't demean the agents.
Yeah, exactly. I'm not going to demean all you agents that are out there. You guys stand up and come forward. You know, you do yourselves a favor, putting yourselves back in
the game.
good spotlight by getting rid of people like Rod Rosenstein and Robert Mueller and these other douchebags who are out here demeaning the reputation of the FBI by what they're doing.
But the good news is that Jeff Sessions is investigating illegal immigrants and MS-13.
Yeah.
Big deal.
Yeah.
I mean, come on. This is absolutely ridiculous. He ought to unrecuse himself. He ought to fire what's his name? His assistant, the guy you just mentioned.
Rod Rosenstein.
Thank you, Robert. He needs to fire him, fire Mueller, step up, do his job.
Yeah,
Find
exactly.
out what's going on with Uranium One.
Let's take a call from Jenny in Brownstown. Jenny, welcome to the show.
Hey, Jenny.
Jenny?
Jenny?
No, I can't hear Jenny. Dan, we got Jenny on the line out there? I'm going to put her on hold. Jenny, we'll get to you. There's an issue, and I'm trying to get Dan's attention in the studio. This is just one of those days, isn't it?
I miss Derek.
Dan, can you put Jenny on for us? Jenny, are you there?
Okay, there we go.
Okay, there we go. See,
Hey, guys.
we're
How's
getting-
everything?
Good, Jenny. How you been?
Good to hear from you finally.
Good. Well, I called a couple of weeks ago, or whatever that was. Anyway, but, hey, listen, guys. I got something significant to tell you.
Okay.
We need Pat Colbeck, because I was out of state for a couple of days this week, went through Ohio to get to Indiana. I mean, I'm blind, okay? The feel of those roads down there was, you could tell right after you left Michigan, the state of the roads.
Were you driving?
Yes, I was.
Well,
But we made it.
Well, you're right, Jenny, and Pat Colbeck is always welcome on the show. I think he knows.
I talked to his campaign yesterday, and he will be on the show.
Okay, yeah, he needs to spend more and more time. Even if he's just calling in 5 minutes a show, I'd be happy to have Pat on, because I would love to see Patrick Colbeck as governor. I am worried that he doesn't have the notoriety that he needs. That he probably doesn't have the coffers.
Well, the Meekoff
that he
Meekoff
needs.
thing is getting him notoriety.
Is it?
Yeah, the Meekoff thing.
Oh,
definitely
talk about
is.
that.
Well, there's
Yeah.
this. Jenny, do you know about it?
Yeah, it's disgusting. I mean, that man needs to go.
Yeah.
Well, there's the music. We'll talk about the March Against Meekoff after the music.
Yes. All right. Well, thanks for the call,
but
Jenny.
Anyway, the significance of this is that the roads down in Ohio and Indiana were so much better, and the markings on the highway were better to tell you where you were.
Okay, we got to go, Jenny. It's a hard
Okay.
break. We'll
See ya.
talk again next week. We'll see you all on the other side of the break.
People are always on the move, driving to work, hauling the kids to practice. How do they keep up to date? They listen to Wham Talk 1600 just like you. If you're a business owner, your message can reach these people wherever their travels take them. People tune to Wham Radio for intelligent conversation with hosts like Joe Pags, Glenn Beck, Fayrone X, and Dana Lesh. And they'll stay tuned for your message as well. Call 734-971-1600 today and advertise your business on Wham Talk 1600 and whamradio.com.
Fox News Radio, I'm Karen McHugh. The Wall Street Journal and other sources say charges have been filed related to alleged Russian collusion in last year's election. The report doesn't name names, but former Trump campaign manager Paul Manafort is one.
Another target of Mueller's investigation has been President Trump's former national security advisor, Michael Flynn. In particular, investigators were reportedly trying to determine if Flynn played a role in trying to get Hillary Clinton's emails from Russian hackers during the election.
Fox's Garrett Tenney. There's tension in Murphy.